trans woman just choke slammed the absolute dog crap out of this chick, like fractured her skull and wrecked her. I was like, after it was done, I was just like, I didn't watch the entire thing. I watched blurbs of it. At the end, I was just like, that should not be allowed to happen. But that's what they wanted. I'm glad the holidays are over because for me, especially at this stage in my life, they're actually fairly depressing. Just saying.
Well, especially since a certain unspecified election of unknown timestamp, you've been a little
squirrely,
a little squirrely,
yeah.
A little stressed.
Yeah, like literally for like the first week after the Schmeleshland.
The Schmeleshmelen broad.
Yes, my blood pressure was like crazy high. I had to go to the doctor. I'm like, hey, y'all. Doc, yeah, my blood pressure. I show him the machine. I run him through the thing. And I'm like, yeah, I got up there. And he's like, Terrence.
You're going to die.
No, this is exactly what he's like. He's like, Terrence, is there anything stressful in your life? Really? Have you watched the news?
We just had the whole country stolen out from under us like a big wheel at preschool. What do you think?
Yeah, he's just like, well, you just take your high blood pressure medicine at the same time every day. Drink a lot of water. Take your vitamins. You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Yeah, your vitamins. Yeah. He's thinking about like a single multivitamin.
Yes.
He obviously didn't see the Lair video where you have just like a pharmacopoeia of supplements.
All right, there's a funny story here. Like literally, I'm going through all the bottles and I'm throwing the pills that I take every day in a bowl. And just to joke around with my daughter, she was like 9 at the time. I like pick a spoon up and I'm putting them in my mouth and wash them down with water. And my daughter looks at me. She's like, Daddy, if you have to take your pills with a spoon, it's a meal. You have a pill meal.
It's pill cereal.
And I look at her and I'm like, wow, that's actually fairly accurate. I can't argue with that. I mean, she was like 9 at the time. I'm like, wow, you're right.
Your daughters have some good burns once in a while.
Oh, they burn me all the time
I remember
now.
when you helped me move into my first house.
Oh, yeah.
They came in and they saw the boards, the infamous boards from the first season of the show. And then they're like, oh, cool. And they just erase everything. And then they start drawing these morbidly obese stick figures of you. And it's just like, ha, Dad is fat.
Yeah, I don't get mad. I'm like, yeah, what are you going to do? Yeah. I take a good burn. You got to admit that.
You do.
I never get mad.
No.
Yeah.
You got mad at me for all of like 2 minutes one time.
Oh, the wedding one? The wedding dress one?
Yeah,
because I had 3 NCOs looking over my shoulder. And they just start laughing. And I was just like, yeah, for like 90 seconds. And I look at it again. And I'm like, it is a good burn.
It's a very good burn.
That's funny.
You wait for it. Hang on. Oh, you see
God,
it. There it is. All right, here it comes. And bingo.
That was from the MGTOW video, which actually was well received.
Yes, it's still one of our top viewed videos.
And you know what? Listen, there's a lot of people out there who think that we're being silly and that we hate all women. Because we basically say, I'm not getting married. I'm never getting married again.
No. If you hate women, you don't understand them.
Well, you can love women or you can understand women, but you can't do both. I'm just saying. And the way the laws are, like literally, the minute you say I do, they might as well just hand you a black powder rifle because you're going to have to go against your soon-to-be ex-wife in the future, armed with 21st century weaponry, and you still have Civil War equipment because men of today are being held to a standard that was set up in the late 1800s, and women are dealing with the modern stealth tech that is the 21st century.
But only when it's convenient.
Yes.
You notice that?
The minute things get difficult, they run back to the plantation, curl up their hairs and go, oh, protect me. No.
Yeah,
when
Trump killed Soleimani, or he ordered the attack that killed Soleimani, all of a sudden, pink-haired, militant schmucks all over the country suddenly ran to the kitchen to practice their sandwich skills because they didn't want to get drafted.
I firmly believe women should be drafted because feminism has won. Men and women are equal. And that's just the way it is.
True story.
When the women were out there letting all this craziness go on, they didn't say anything.
Oh.
Now their daughters are getting outran for scholarships by men who identify as women. And, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, if you think men and women are equal, you have never seen a person who identifies as a woman compete in sports
Or MMA.
against biological females.
I watched that fight where that one trans woman just choke slammed the absolute dog crap out of this chick. Like fractured her skull and wrecked her. I was like, after it was done, I was just like, I didn't watch the entire thing. I watched blurbs of it. At the end, I was just like, that should not be allowed to happen. But that's what they wanted.
That's what they wanted.
Hey, look, one of my platoon sergeants once told me, Pop, if you stand in line long enough, sooner or later, you're going to get what you're waiting for.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And don't forget to bring your drinking straw.